I think that the problems that he had were magnified and triggered by the release that he seemed to find in drugs.
What joy is there in life? Life is and should be ecstasy.
Oh, hello there, roaches. Crawl from out from under the fridge. We're here for another episode of the Josh Potter Show. It's so good to have you. My name, of course, is Josh Potter, and boy, oh boy, am I excited to see you out on the road. Coming up in a little bit, we've got May 19th, Indianapolis Helium, June 2nd, that'll be the Philly Helium. We've got San Diego dates, we've got Chicago dates during the summer, and I've got a bunch that we're going to be announcing very, very soon. The other thing to keep in mind, 420's coming up, the big weed Christmas, and going to be doing a show in Burbank with Sarah Weinschenk, Kim Congdon, Beth Stelling, Ryan Sickler. It's going to be a barn burner. There's not a lot of tickets, so start purchasing them right now. And you can go to my Instagram at Josh_Potter, my Twitter at J_Potter. Subscribe to the Patreon. Baseball's back, and we've been doing a lot on there with baseball, and it's $5 a month. That's it, baby. So get subscribed to the Patreon. And other than that, continue to send your feedback and all of your Roach reportings, your music, everything to joshpottershow@gmail.com. And I've got my first time ever having two guests in studio, and I can't think of a better reason to do it than the fellas from Are Ya Garbage.
Yeah, Are Ya Garbage.
We've got my buddy.
Sounds like a pirate podcast.
Are Ya Garbage.
Ye old trash.
Of course, it's Kevin Ryan and H. Foley.
Buddy,
Hey, ma'am.
So
fucking
happy
love
to
you.
have
Thank you for having
This
us.
is great.
It's been fun having you in L.A. too. We went out to the
know.
Comedy
Hanging.
Store. Yeah, had a few beers.
Not too shabby.
I had about
couple of Bernies.
I had about 9 24-ounce PBRs the other night. I woke up with a headache. It felt like I got hit by a brick. I'm like, what the fuck?
I didn't even know the Comedy Store had those.
I brought them from home.
Yeah, right?
Hey, you keep this sixer cool back there, big guy?
What's funny is the Comedy Store, because it's their big 50th anniversary at the moment, they brought in extra beer, or some beer companies brought different beers. So they've had Miller Lite, which is my favorite. And I was walking around drinking Miller Lite, and the bartender told me, it was Josh Martin, very funny guy. He was like, since you've been drinking those, people are starting to buy those more, so you better get as many
You're
as you
an
can.
influencer.
That's what I said.
What are you going to do?
And
Young
now,
TikToker, Josh Potter.
that's a Miller Lite TikToker. And now the Comedy Store might switch to Miller Lite.
Look at that. Everything's coming up Roach over
Look
here.
at
Hell yeah. Where do you, what, I mean, because I'm a big connoisseur of bad, like what people consider bad.
I
beer.
love
don't
them.
consider
I
bad
love them
beer.
all.
I know
That's
you
why
are
when
too.
you
You
told
have
me that
jackets
last
from
night.
them.
You got jackets from them, yeah.
When you told me that the other night, when you were like, I usually got Coors Light, is it really that much of a fucking difference? Come on.
It is,
now.
for sure it is.
It's 100% a
Really?
difference. I could tell you the difference.
I mean,
right
I don't
now.
fuck with either. I'm an IPA man.
See, I can't
a
do
loaf of
I
bread
can't
in
do
there.
those things. I don't like feeling full after the
really
beer.
fills you up, yeah.
I also, the taste of an IPA, you're like,
Yeah, that's what we're looking for.
I'd rather just
I need the
chug
bite
it.
sometimes.
Yeah.
It depends. If I'm in it for the long haul, I'm going fucking PBRs, Bud Lights, Bud Heavies, whatever. Like, something I can do 10, 12, 15.
So how do you what's your hierarchy of
Ooh, I like
the
this.
shitty beers?
And like, what's the best?
From best to worst, or worst to best, however you want to.
My favorite.
Statistically, on paper, it's Bud Light. They're killing everybody.
No, but I do like a PBR, a cold PBR in a can out of a cooler or something, or like, it's the fucking best.
Yeah, I'm not talking sales here. I'm
Yeah.
talking.
I'm not talking market cap, okay?
Yeah, hey, fatty, we're not in the boardroom. You know what I mean? I'm not worried about new markets. Talking
like,
about
what's-
getting fucked up.
What's your hierarchy?
My hierarchy is for sure, if I'm out at a bar, like, if I'm in like the fucking New York doing some shows, I go out to like a dive bar-ish fucking, whatever afterwards. I'm doing, and they have fucking PBR all night long.
That's the number one go-to.
That's the number one go-to. If not, I'll do a Bud Light, Bud Heavy. Don't mind an
mind that,
original
yeah.
Bud in a cold bottle. That's fantastic.
Those are all right.
I'm a shot and a beer guy. Shot of
Same.
Jameson, and then kind of whatever you got in that wheelhouse. I won't do Coors. I did Coors Light all through like college and shit. But in a can, Coors Lights are all right too.
Silver bullets.
I like Coors Light in a can better than I as long as those mountains are blue, I can get through it. But it's, you know what, Coors Light, the reason I don't enjoy it as much as I enjoy Miller Lite or maybe even Bud Light is because Coors Light, I believe, and this could be just some college urban legend, It was. I heard that it's the same as Keystone. Like Keystone is like the runoff, or like
Yes, that's. We were just talking about this on our podcast. There's like
No
that
way
theory.
that's true, man.
No, they have those theories of like Natty Light is fucking whatever the bottom of Budweiser or some or Bud Light.
Yeah.
they're
With
all
a couple
like.
Skittles mixed in.
It's like they scrape the barrel and then they're like,
Sure.
"Here's Keystone."
I think that's an old college idiot guy who was in business school who's like, it's actually the bottom 10% of the barrel. They just throw on a different label. It's called, marketing.
But I'll tell you what,
Hey,
when
you're
I
fucking restaurant management. What are you talking about?
when I drink a Coors, though, I have PTSD to binge drinking
Keystones. Well, it's in the same family, so it does make sense. I don't like the Coors bottles. They all taste funny to me a little bit. They all
Yeah.
have some kind of, I don't know if it's like the cap or something. I don't know what it is. I don't like it.
Miller Lite's my number one. Then I'll do Bud Light, then Coors, and then you have your lower tiers. Your Natty Ice, your Beast Ice.
I had a Natty Light the other day at this
Are you kidding me?
this club, Brooklyn Comedy Club in Williamsburg.
Oh, really?
They have fucking Natty Lights, and I was just
Really?
like, it was either that
That's
or
a nice
like
touch.
a Heineken or something. Like they didn't have anything like a Bud Light or anything else in that wheelhouse. I was like, give me the fucking. It was a fucking freezing cold can. You can't go wrong.
And then, I know people would rank these higher, but then there's like the Stellas, the Heinekens.
I
those
hate
things,
both of them.
Not
They
a
suck.
Not a big fan either.
I think
That's
it's
crazy.
just and this is obviously our brain is already gone, but I think I have just generation of trash where like you can't even if somebody were to order a Stella. If we were like out with my family drinking, or someone showed up with a 6-pack of Stella, you would be booed out of the house.
But
Like,
they'd still steal the chalice, though, for sure.
yeah,
Those chalices.
dude. Every
Put
one
that
of
in your purse.
dude, every one of
Make an
my
iced tea with that.
every one of my family's aunts, uncles, cousins, they all have like one or two of the chalices.
Yeah, no shit.
I can't. I go, keep your chalice. I'll take the bottle, please. I don't like when they bring that over. I go, I'm going to hold this fucking thing.
That
and walk
thing's
around.
nice.
I can't, dude. I
What are
think
you, a vampire? And fucking... I can't drink out of that shit.
you have any typo negative for this?
Yeah. It's
You're nuts.
wild.
The chalice is nice.
I don't even like
A
a glass.
Heineken's nice. You don't like a cold Heineken around Christmas? That's bonkers. That says the holidays.
I'll do a Heineken or a Stella. Like, say you go to like a really nice restaurant and they don't have shitty beer. That's Stella is their Bud Light.
You got a party ball back there? What's going on?
Yeah.
Give me a Gatorade. Make sure that steak's well done.
Now, for those who don't know, by the way, the Ari Garbage podcast, obviously very hilarious. I've done it, 3 times now?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We had you. We had you remotely during the pandemic. Then we had you down at Skankfest in the studio we set up, and then we
And
had
he
you
came
just
in at Tutty's.
just
That's
in the studio,
right.
not
Hung
too
out
long
with
ago.
us.
3 different locations,
Yeah,
technically.
we're moving and shaking.
And obviously, all the folk who watch this show know I'm quite garbage.
Oh,
and
dude, you break the
no.
meter.
No, stop it.
We have to recalibrate.
No, stop it.
But what was it for you? When did you know immediately? What was the thing about me that you go like the first one? Do you recall, or like the
What,
thing that
why to have you?
or no, like
why,
what?
how trashy was? Oh, the big one, and we use it a lot. Like when we
Oh,
do other.
yeah.
Your-
the
your
first 2 minutes.
No, but it was the street.
Yeah,
name.
where you grew up.
Oh yeah.
You said you could see the toll booth from the front of your house to the highway.
Yeah.
Which is not good.
For the folks out there, the name of the street that you grew up on, and whether it was a street, a cove, a lane, a
court.
boulevard, those all factor in. They all have different stereotypes behind them. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you grew up on the
Something-
Longview Extension.
It was South Union Road,
Oh, South Union Road.
and it was a 4-lane highway. And there
Not
was
a lot of street hockey going on out there.
no.
Car.
That's it was
That
constantly.
game never got off the ground.
We'd just be standing on the side of the road the whole time.
They all stunk because they couldn't get any street time.
That's true. That was a big moment there.
That was
for
the first
sure.
one we were like, because that's one of the first questions we typically ask, like when we're getting started and everything. And I remember I was like, you were like, yeah, there was a toll booth not too far.
Yeah, no. And now that we hang out, you see it leak out of me all the time.
But
I would
it's so
imagine.
organic and so genuine. It's
Well,
crazy.
yeah, I mean, it's
like you saying that. You know, when
can't
you go,
not be yourself.
You know, when
It's
you go
so
to a
funny.
nice steakhouse and they don't have shitty beer.
Yeah, like of course they don't have shitty beer.
I always feel like Tom's gonna like slap me in the face one of these times, and I'm like, "Oh, you have Miller? Hook that up." And then they bring it. They're like, "Yeah, okay. Do you want a glass?" I'm like, "Not really."
Dude, the glass, I can't do the glass either.
Why have a glass? Don't,
don't
dirty your
understand.
glass.
Yeah.
Because it's a fucking nice place, you animal.
Well, then
They're supposed to pour it halfway and then put the bottle down like a gentleman.
I don't like it.
You're fucking drinking Miller Lite out of a bowl. Like
like a schnauzer.
yeah, dude, come on. This guy's got a reputation. It's a nice joint.
Yeah, no, it's. I'm bad to. I feel weird when I go out to a nice restaurant and I'm like, you have I go, can you list your bottled beer, please? And then
I do the same thing.
They're
What do you
doing-
have in a bottle? You have any cans back there
Dude,
laying
that
around?
is-
yeah, you got any cans?
hey, dude, you got ponies or what?
I hate when bars have these things. They're like, we have a brown ale and a Bubba Doo, and you're like, I don't want any of this.
Try
bullshit.
it, man. Give it a whirl.
I mean, I'm sure it's fine. But
I
it's
can
like,
do it. I can do that stuff for sure. If I go out to a nice dinner, I might do like a nice IPA or like. But if
What do you recommend? You got
Now
any
if I go
IPAs,
out-
whatever you like.
if I go out to dinner, I'm doing Manhattan. I'll do a Manhattan because that's how I feel like. All right, I don't feel like a fucking bozo, and it's ultimately just whiskey or
what is a
bourbon.
Manhattan?
I'll typically do a Maker's Manhattan.
2 parts Mountain Dew,
Yeah,
3 maraschino cherries.
I got some drinks I'll tell you about in a second.
What is it? It's bitters. It's
bitters, whiskey,
and what's the other one? I'm drawing a blank.
vermouth, sweet vermouth, I
Sweet,
believe.
sweet
A
vermouth.
little bit of cherry
So it's like
juice,
my family calls them loudmouth
brandied
soup.
if you got a little bit of can.
We drink them on Christmas, and it almost ends in fistfights every year. They say 2's not enough and 3's too many.
When I went to a family reunion type thing after COVID in Daytona, me and
Holy shit.
Daytona Beach. If you were thinking it was a different one,
I thought it was Daytona 500.
Daytona, France.
Fran has her top off.
It was basically. I mean, it was off season for
Fucking
the same
right
city.
out there in the infield.
Yeah, I've been, but we were doing Gatorade and vodka and calling it like jet fuel. And
God.
what else did we mix together? I don't know. My cousin and I were just getting bananas. We're like,
Wait, when you say we, is it like a couple of you guys in a corner, or is that
me and my
like,
cousins.
so that's like the drink?
Yeah,
Grab
that's
a
what
jet fuel and come and get some potatoes.
my cousin would be like grilling, and he'd be like, "Hey, pour me a jet fuel," and I'm like, "All right, we have other things, but you know."
Yeah. We do transfusions a lot in the summer, which is heavy. We're a heavy pour vodka family. So it'll be vodka, grape juice, Sprite, and something. It's like a splash of club or something with some chopped up limes in there.
Hey,
Talk
what-
about shutting the lights on.
What fraternity are you guys in?
That sounds
Are you
classy.
kidding me?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Do you ever have someone who comes into the podcast and they're not trash at all?
Yeah, of course.
couple.
We have a couple. Yeah, a couple.
And there's a
people-
lot of people that have elements of class, and they grew up garbage that you just can't shake. That doesn't matter how much money you have. If the butter was on the counter when you were a kid, it's staying on the counter. I don't care how big the house is.
Yeah.
Like in a bird thing or something like that, covering it up?
No,
or is
people-
it just open?
No, they keep it in like a butter dish, right? It's
I'm
called.
sorry.
What's a bird?
Yeah, what's a
thing?
bird thing?
Like, they put a rooster on top of it or something, one of those. Right? Like it's like a
what
little
is he
figurine.
talking about, dude?
It's like a figurine. It's like they could be like a lamb, they could be a
I know, but why did you just?
I
leave
know
with-
I'm weird, but the way you see the world, it's fucking insane. It's with a bird on top.
It's real blurry and strange.
You know what we have at Easter time in Buffalo is butter lamb.
Okay.
It's lamb that someone carves. It's a butter, that someone carves into the shape of a lamb.
Wait,
And
that's
then you
the
have
main-
it on the table.
That's the main
dish.
course.
I'll take a wing, please. Somebody give me a leg.
No, it's like a decoration for the table, and then you you cut its head off and you spread it on the roll.
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
That's
molded
pretty-
butter. That's
Yeah,
classic.
right there.
Yeah, that's right.
All right,
Oh yeah, butter lambs. Look at
mean-
that. That one's more familiar to me. The one right there, your mouse is on. That guy right there. That's the real
It's got
fancy
M&Ms
one.
sprinkled on
It
it.
looks like a dog.
Yeah, when they
Like a
put
dog
the
made out of egg salad. That thing stinks. Dude, you are fucking trash.
when they carve
Somebody
the
get the butter dog out. We got
Hurry up, the lamb's melting.
when they carve the wool into it like that, the decor. That's how you know you got a good one. I was like, that one's expensive.
Yeah, it's hand done. It's not just the mold.
Yeah.
Someone really put the wool in
That's
it.
Why
right.
does this have scales? What's going on
Ooh,
here?
You got that one from
that
the
Kroger?
Main Street Market over
Did
there.
Terry do that one?
Oh, that's fucking.
Well, on this show, we talk about sports quite often, so we'll go to the
Nice.
sports section. I have a great garbage assessment for you. I want the connoisseurs of garbage
Holy shit.
to let us know some things here, so let's get into the sports.
I know Mike Vick had that thing with the dog.
Hell yeah, baby. Welcome to the sports
And we're
section.
back with
And we're back.
What's wrong with you?
Dude, you're insane.
Just so you folks know, when that music was playing, he was sitting there doing a crossword puzzle real quick.
He acted
and then
like,
jump right back
he
on the
acted
mic.
like we weren't here.
What are you, Pat Sajak-ing us? What the fuck was that?
All right, now we're in the sports section of the show. That's the whole game. I always do that. And like, guests are like, do you want to hear the one I
That it?
usually
Should we
play?
leave?
I
What's
actually,
going on?
I actually played a fancy one for you guys. This is how usually. This is the usual
It's sports,
production.
motherfucker.
This is usually the production.
Beep 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 beep
Take a
beep
sip.
beep 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 dee 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 dee.
Checks his block.
Today in sports. But I wanted to bring up some athletes that have purchased wild shit with
Love
their
this.
first check.
This is, yeah.
And some of
Fucking
these
love
things are fantastic. Some of them are wonderful.
We do this
I'd
on the
like to-
show with comics.
We asked you this.
Yeah, the comics that are getting successful that, you know.
Oh, that's right.
It's
You
always
asked-
like, what was the first big purchase?
Which
or
I think
Yes.
yours was like a weekend. You bought a hotel. You got a hotel room for a weekend
With
and
a
flew
lady.
some bartender out from Cincinnati
Buffalo. Even worse.
and had,
I
her,
need a- I need a
and had
more-
her shack up with you for the weekend.
Yeah, no, I got I got a couple of days. It wasn't a weekend. I'll say this. It was a Monday through Wednesday.
It was a midweek special, baby.
Yeah.
You got to be kidding me.
Well, this is what I learned, and I love a staycation. Here in LA, there's so many amazing hotels, and I have been eyeing them up. And so I'll go on like hotels.com, and I'll look when they have like they go, oh, we got to get rid of a room, kind of. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like
You look
super
and see
cheap.
if they just had a fire or something.
Oh yeah, I go. Which room just got destroyed? I'll take that for 2 nights.
Who had bed bugs last
Yeah.
month?
Hey, you guys starting any construction anytime soon?
But right when I saw you guys in Houston, I had just done this. I got the
Right.
Ritz-Carlton for 2 nights and flew a girl here to like hang out and like go on like a date.
Sure.
Oh, it was amazing, and I love that type of date. That's my date.
A
That's
weekend
my,
together?
Yeah,
You're
not
really
even 2
immersed
nights.
into it. Yeah.
2
Or
nights.
a midweek stay?
Yeah, I don't like saying weekend because that's
Sure.
So that was my big purchase. What
That's like serious relationship.
What are some of the other ones that you've heard over the time, like that stand out in your mind?
Well, you were asking before about if people are.
Oh yeah, real
classy or
quick,
not.
who was the classiest person? I was curious about that. Like, were they just all class all the way?
Karen Feehan.
Karen Feehan
was
was
up there.
Chaz Palminteri was
Chaz Palminteri.
the class.
Come on,
like,
what are we
I mean,
doing?
he was like offended at the questions we were asking him. Like
Mr. Jay Larson as well.
Jay Larson's
Really?
very classy.
Yeah,
He's
what do you
very,
mean?
he's
No, I get
very-
it.
You
Yeah.
see his house on Instagram. He's doing all these cool little
He
things
comes
with it.
from trash. Like
That's
he was
what I
a
was gonna
trashy
say.
upbringing, but like, dude, he went into this whole thing. Someone wrote in and was like, "Hey man, I'm trying to have an adult party. Can you help me out?"
Yeah.
And Larson was coming in that week. Well, this is perfect for Larson.
Perfect.
And he's like, we went through and we gave him our tips of what we were like, get 100 solo cups so you don't have to reuse them. And then he's like, solo cup. Like, dude, he was like, go to a thrift store, find some cool glass. And we're like, what the
Yeah, his
fuck?
first thing was transfusion negative or whatever the fuck you were serving.
What was that? Transfusion? What? Oh, his thing.
My
Yeah,
drink,
yeah.
the train. Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'd be like, get a kiddie pool, make some jungle juice.
Yeah, that's what we were like. But like, we're like, order
some
a
whores,
pizza,
dude.
that kind of
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Dude, he was like, you start cooking the fillets before they get. We're like, what the
The
fuck?
fillets. Get out of
That depends. How
town.
much coke you starting out with? That's where we're at.
Yeah, who's bringing a bag?
Yeah, no, he does
Now,
it really nice.
that would be a-
Verzi, classy.
Paul Verzi, very
okay.
classy.
That would be a party. I've never been to a party where they have like such high-end Coke where it's like they're on a tray and they come around.
Yeah, it's in
you know?
a dish.
Yeah, and there's a little spoon.
You're not doing it off somebody's key.
Yeah, you're not walking into a bathroom and they're like, what are you doing in here? You know what I mean? But let's get into these athletes. Coming in at number 25.
Coming in at 314.
These are the
Labor
top
Day weekend
25.
show.
This is Arian Foster. Are you familiar with him? Running
Yes.
back, former running back. He's actually a big, he likes weed. He's on mushrooms all the time now. He's living a very interesting life. He was signed to a 5-year, $43.5 million contract back in March of 2012. He purchased 10 Segways
That was his first
and
move.
gave them for Christmas presents for
Okay.
the offensive line.
Okay.
What do you
He
think?
was the Texans.
Yes, he was
My
with the
cousin
Texans.
was on that offensive line. My cousin was the center.
Are you
Yeah, I
serious?
swear to
Who's your
God.
cousin?
Chris Myers.
No shit.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
So,
How's that segue?
I don't know. Now I should fucking call him.
I say
And be
no.
like, did you get a fucking Segway?
No way he still has it.
Well, here's the
And
thing
I
that
don't
they
know
wrote.
about that as a gift either. That'd be like, what the fuck is this?
They wrote this in the
Be a
article.
couple
Maybe you can
sacks
speak
next
to
game.
this. There's a little issue with weight limit. The maximum weight a Segway can handle is 260 pounds.
Yeah, no, they're
I'm out.
all.
I'm out
they're-
twice.
Yeah,
So yeah, I wouldn't.
you
wanna,
would need like 3 of them.
Let me put it this way: we wanted to use a helicopter for.
We were
for
gonna
something
fly
we were doing,
Yeah, we were gonna fly somewhere in a helicopter.
and we couldn't do it because I was over the weight limit.
Oh my
Yeah.
god! Well, if you ever
So
get
a
to
Segway.
if you ever get to PJ status, you might have to like sacrifice luggage because
Yeah.
they ask you your weight when you go on like a PJ.
What
Yeah.
the? Mind your own
Well,
business.
I was calling
Mind your own
around.
business. Give me a shrimp cocktail and shut up.
I was calling around to we were like, all right, let's fucking do this crazy thing and just blow all the fucking Patreon money on a
Yeah.
helicopter just for fun. Because also it's like we're trash and now we have a bunch of money. We're like, let's fucking blow it. Like we just got kicked out of our Airbnb in the.
I wouldn't be
in the
buying no
Hollywood Hills.
fucking Segways either. I can tell you that, Foster.
Well, I'm sure you won't find yourself in this context, but what if you had to get like airlifted out of somewhere?
Who,
like,
me?
In an emergency situation.
Yeah. Like
I
if
mean,
you-
they're bringing in heavy bike for that.
Yeah.
I'm not standing up to a
They're
Black
calling
Hawk.
the Coast Guard or something. They're not sending the news chopper to pick him
Yeah,
up.
they got to get the ones with the 2 propellers on the top, the ones that tanks drive up
The
into.
guy's carrying the sign down the shore pulls up. No.
But I was calling around places. I'm like, hey, I'm like, listen, it's gonna be 4 of us. I'm like, one guy's kind of big, and they're like, how big? We go up to 250. I'm like, we're gonna need more than that. And then finally, I found a guy who's like, yeah, we'll do it. I'm like, I don't trust you.
Yeah, we'll do
I'm
it.
like, I'm like, 10 people gave me a no. He's like, yeah, that don't matter. I'm like,
He's just got to sit in the middle, depending on the wind.
He's like, I knew the guy that flew Kobe. That's what he's like. I'm good. Trust me.
Don't worry about it.
Well, this cost Arian Foster about $70,000 to put all these
I hate
to buy 10 Segways. Not a great one, right?
Nah, it stinks.
Joe Johnson, who played for the NBA. I'm not familiar with his career. Oh, he played for the Nets. Back in August 2012, Dime Magazine ran a feature entitled "Joe Johnson, the Best Sneaker Collection in the NBA."
Probably something
Nah.
stupid. If that's gotta be crazy.
Which is great. Of the
Of the
NBA.
NBA, that's what
yeah.
I'm saying.
So he had 1,000 plus pairs of sneakers.
God damn.
And they are in a temperature controlled closet.
That's pretty cool.
Fingerprint security device.
Get the fuck out
Mirrored ceilings, a bed's in there, television, and basketball hoop all inside of this closet. And it's large enough to comfortably sit or to fit 6 or 7 friends for chill time. He also revealed that he loves the closet so much
come watch me put
that
on my
sometimes he
sneakers.
sleeps in it.
That's
Damn.
So
I
the
bet it's
closet's really more than the sneakers, I
Sure.
would say.
Yeah, temperature control, the fucking fingerprints.
That's
nice.
crazy.
Locking everything out.
That's fucking nuts.
I don't even have an apartment that's that. Like, my apartment's not even temperature controlled. you
No,
know?
I have a window unit.
Yeah.
I have a window unit in each room. That's as temperature controlled as I get.
There's got to have been someone who, when you asked comedy-wise about a sneaker collection, that they've gotten crazy sneaker collections, right?
Sal Volcano
Sal, yeah.
from Impractical Jokers. He was like, I'm big into sneaker. Like that. He's like, that's my only thing.
And we knew he was pretty big too because he was very reserved about it and didn't really give a specific number or talk about it.
Yeah, he
he's
was-
a humble guy.
He
though,
is
so
a
he
very
doesn't wanna-
humble
guy.
guy.
He doesn't
For
want
as
you to know how
wild-
rich he is.
Dude, as wildly successful as that show is.
But it's funny. That's what we've kind of like developed a sense for. Like when we come across somebody that's like truly classy, they don't talk about it.
Yeah.
So we asked the question anyway to find out how they're going to react to the question. You know what
Interesting. And whereas I am someone who's just starting to get
Even if it's
some
a no.
money.
I mean? God, I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying I'm just starting to get some money. I'm very like,
The inner city blacks.
that type of rich, if you catch what I'm saying.
What the fuck?
You know?
We're cutting that, right? What's going on here?
Dude, we went.
Hood rich is all I'm
Hood rich.
saying. Yeah.
We were out last night or 2 nights ago drinking. We went to get cigarettes, and my card got declined.
It was so funny.
Buying
'cause
cigarettes.
Last time I was on your podcast, we talked about all the times our cards got declined too.
I was sitting there. I'm like, that's preposterous. I just put $35,000 in that account.
Get me a manager right now.
But the worst thing was, he's like, let me get a pack of Camel Blues or whatever. I'm like, I got it. We've been smoking your cigs. I get up there, then my shit gets declined. I was like, this is awkward.
Let's keep it moving with the athletes here too, though. Alfonso Soriano, he bought a blue Hummer.
All right, now we're talking.
A 2005 Hummer H2.
That must have been a pretty
It's
penny.
a huge eyesore. 50 grand. Then he spent 4 years and over 100 grand tweaking the design. Pimped out his car. Yeah, that's what's like. By the time
You're done, it's not a cool car.
Yeah.
anymore.
Exactly that, and you were probably like, God, I've been just pumping. Gas prices are getting ridiculous. I'm putting in a fucking mortgage payment every time I gotta fill this bitch up every time.
Yeah.
The Hummers really went by the wayside.
They came and went so
is that
fucking
it?
quick.
That's ugly
That
looking.
thing's trash.
Yeah, that's the Hummer right
That's
there.
stupid looking. That looks like a G. Like he bought
It
a
looks like
Hummer
a
to
big
make it a
G-Wagon.
G-Wagon, and it's not a G-Wagon.
Yeah, that looks.
But you
that's-
have the money for a G-Wagon.
That's cartoonish. That's look like what Doug would be driving around in if he was a SoundCloud rapper. That thing stinks.
There's the back.
Whoa,
Oh,
fuck.
now does that change your tune?
What?
No.
No, that's insane.
How you gonna get the groceries in there?
I don't think
kidding
he's
me?
worried about having the car seats either.
Dude,
you know?
I had a buddy who had a Mercury Cougar. It was like a fucking, like a 2000 or like a 98 Mercury Cougar or whatever when we were in high school, and he put like a fucking $9,000 sound system in it.
That's awesome.
And to the point where it rattled so much that all of the plastic furnishings would fall off, like the fucking rear view mirror, the visors would all fall off and shit. It was so trashy.
My best friend had a Toyota Corolla that was like an 85. And he's like, oh, yeah, I'm going to pimp it out, though. I'm like, oh, what are you going to do to it? And he's like,
Burn it?
I got neons in it. He had like a screen.
Yeah,
Neons are all right,
the screen
though.
in the head unit was big.
But the fucking thing was the car still had its factory engine and everything
yeah,
like
of
that.
course. Yeah.
So he didn't really do
anything.
Yeah, it was like, he was like, I'm going to pimp it out. And he just put neons like under the fucking dashboard.
He's a poser.
basically.
Your boy's a poser.
Yeah, no,
man.
for sure. I that's what I would say. There was a lot of
wasn't
kids in high
dragging.
school that were doing that, though.
Well, but you're like my age, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like that set, like sound systems. That was when like all those that shit was happening. The Pimp My Rides,
Yes.
the rappers and the music videos had all the crazy fucking spinning rims and all
Right.
that shit. So like tricking out your car at that time was like the cool thing to do.
Even if it was like an Astro van or something
I
like
had
that.
a 95 Chevy Lumina for my first car, and I wanted to pimp it out, but I was just like, I can't. I'm like, there's nothing I can do.
Yeah, I don't understand just wanting to shine up a turd, really.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
I mean,
if I had money in a nice car, yeah, it'd be cool.
it'd be cool if you put a crazy engine inside of it
Sure.
and it drove really fast or whatever. But yeah, so that was that monstrosity. Tiger Woods shows up on this list.
Oh, baby.
With
Now we're
his,
talking
this is going to be classy. Mega mansion here. He bought a mansion on Juniper Island for
Florida.
$40 million. That island in Florida is like
nice.
Michael Jordan lives there and
There's a
shit.
couple down there. Fisher Island's a really big one, too.
Yeah.
Fisher, I used to work for a bunch of rich people,
where the
and
Bushies live.
that's where they all live down there, Fisher Island.
He had this mansion's 13 years old. He spent $20 million on construction of the posh new digs, which are now situated on 10 acres. I think this is the mansion that he might even have had like a hole built in the back, and he can change what the hole looks like, so he could play like, I'm playing on these conditions this week, and he has it like adjusted. The mansion itself consists of 5 different buildings and includes the main home, guest house, golf training house, boathouse, and massive garage. He also had a private golf course constructed on the property, as well as 2 boat docks, one of which stores his 155-foot yacht named Privacy. That's what he named his yacht.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Name your yacht Privacy?
This is also the house I believe he was fleeing from
Take a
when
ride on the
his
Keep Your Mouth
wife
Shut.
bashed at the windows.
Oh, really? I thought that was out here for some reason.
No, that was in Florida. Yeah. We don't have a picture of the mansion, do we? That's all right. Pull him up as you find him. Oh, there
yeah,
we
there.
go. Look at that.
Wowza.
Look at that
That's
thing.
all right.
Now that's
that
class. Look at that dump. I don't even know you know what would happen if I ended up having a house like that, though?
Is that 2 pools?
That looks like a pool in like a little river.
And that's like a track or something. What is that? That's like a... It's like a 50-yard dash. What's this?
I don't know. It
That's
looks
you know what I mean?
Yeah, it looks like a pool though, but it's like you just swim one length of that. It's like more like a moat than a pool.
But you're well.
Yeah,
aware
I don't
want
to I know what they look like now. That's for sure.
Damn, that's fucking sweet.
You know what would happen if I lived in that place though? I would live up in
You would
that
die
top
somewhere,
corner
yeah.
room, and I would never leave. I would never go in the rest of it.
Dude, if you lived in that place, you had enough money where that wasn't like you didn't overextend yourself to get that. You would live in one room.
Yep.
You'd be smoking cigs in there.
Yep.
And the rest of the house wouldn't be furnished.
It would be like
it would just
No,
would
it
look
wouldn't
like
be.
a ghost house.
It would be like Breaking Bad, where like there's just random people sleeping there on the ground all the time, like when Jesse Pinkman had that wild house. Shaquille O'Neal has customized Superman luxury items. That's what he bought with his first contract.
Okay.
Customized Superman luxury items. So I'm not sure what that entails, but it's like, let's see what it says here. Shaq's Superman customizations set him back about, the bed alone is rumored to have cost as much as $15,000.
That bed, I remember that on MTV Cribs. That thing, it was fucking 20 feet. It was a circle or like an octagon. And
But
it was
what-
like 20 feet wide.
I'm pretty sure it was the shape of the Superman.
But
suit.
do
Yeah,
you
yeah,
want
probably. It makes
Superman stuff like that? I have a buddy who has like Marvel.
yeah.
yeah, look, yeah,
memorabilia.
there it is.
Yeah, that's fucking
Look at that
dope.
thing, dude.
I
That's
guess.
like the size of a fucking above ground pool.
I think the bed itself is fantastic, but when you put a Marvel, or I guess it's DC in this case, Superman, when you put the Superman thing on there,
it's trashy.
He's Superman. Though.
I know, but it's like
Is that what they
dude,
call him?
We get it. You know?
Yeah, we get it. That's my point. Like,
It's like you don't need it on your bed.
have you ever? I have a buddy who I went over to his new apartment, and he had like the Captain America shield on the wall. I'm like, you bring
Yeah,
girls back here? He's got all his figures and stuff. I'm like, you're an adult now.
Yeah.
Like, this would be cool if you had like a man cave, maybe. I don't even know if then it would be cool.
I got a couple of toys laying around the bedroom.
Do you really?
Oh,
100%.
dude, he fucking they were.
Dude, I'll go on Amazon and order like a fucking whole squadron of stormtroopers.
We were just flying somewhere, and he pulls out like a fucking stormtrooper from his pocket in security to put it through the metal detector.
Would you just have it on you?
Yeah, he
No,
just
I
had-
bring it with me so I can play with it in the hotel when I'm trying to
Oh
fall
my
asleep.
god, that's hilarious.
It's,
Yeah,
it's
shit's
just like it's
awesome.
like keys, wallet, cell phone, stormtrooper, fighter jet. You know,
I thought maybe you just like you woke up in a haste that day and you had it stuck to your side or whatever from it was in your bed.
it's like a quarter.
You got $1.38 on me.
This is crazy though. He also has a tricked out SUV that's all Superman'd
seen
out.
that, yeah.
You've seen that too? I
That
didn't
was
know
in-
he had such an obsession with it.
He had a really big Cribs that was like when Cribs was back.
Interesting.
Back when
Yeah, I
Cribs
think
was
he
banging.
admitted like why he's so good with money now is he blew it when he first got it.
He also made all of his money on Google.
Yes.
Yeah, he was like the CEO or somebody was like, "Hey, this is gonna fucking blow it." Like, you know.
Hey, you want to get in on this thing called Google I'm doing?
Yeah.
How many people come up? I mean, they haven't really, but I mean, like, you got to think when you're a guy like Shaq, I don't know that I'd have the wherewithal to siphon through all the people coming up to me with business
He's
ideas.
fucking real good at
did
it.
you ever the story has been coming out a lot recently. He was just in the lobby of a hotel playing with a kid. Like a kid was like a fan or something. He was just like fucking. He had a ball or something. They were just fucking around while he was waiting. And then the dad was like, "Hey man, you're really, this company's about to blow up. Like fucking buy it."
Huh.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was like that. He was like, "Hey man, thanks for entertaining my kid." Or like, you didn't have to do that for that long. You're a big fan.
Big secret. Yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
by the way, big secret. You're going to make $1 bazillion.
Yeah,
on
exactly.
doing
You
this.
want to make $700 million?
That's wild to me. Yeah, because I would be like those athletes on Broke who someone would come to me like, I have a chain of car washes.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, ooh, sounds like it's going to work. And then I have no
couple
money.
of laundry mats. That's what
Yeah.
we did. You
Well,
and
I
me.
forget who it was in that Broke thing. They were like, nobody needs 10 grand. It's not going to help them do whatever they're doing. No one needs 10
it's a
grand.
small enough amount where it's like it's never going to do anything to help them.
Yeah.
And you're just definitely going to lose it.
It's a hell of a weekend, though.
Yes. No, I need 10 grand, but
Oh, yeah.
I'll just get it myself and then use it. You know what I mean?
Sounds like a plan, Josh.
Yeah. I'm going to get it somewhere myself.
This kid's a go.
This one's classy. Cristiano Ronaldo. I mean, he has
He's
more money
probably
than
a very
the Lord.
classy guy.
Yeah, all those soccer players, you look at them and they're like, is that an underwear model or a
They're all
soccer
the
player?
Height,
hottest
little
dudes,
bodies.
man.
And they have like, he's got probably, I would venture to guess, how many do you think Instagram followers Cristiano Ronaldo has? 400 million?
Probably
Yeah, I would live there.
250 million.
Okay. See if we can see that part. But yeah, he also has a car collection that Kirsten was pulling up here.
He's got
He's one of the
600,000.
highest paid athletes on the planet and has
Yeah.
already amassed a net worth of 150 million. This is the car collection that he went ham on.
Got a
That's dope.
helicopter.
And he's one of the guys that say, you can't take it with you when you die.
Mm-hmm.
That's your big slogan, isn't it?
I just posted that.
Yeah, I was
and
gonna
then
say.
we got kicked out of that Airbnb.
Sorry, dude.
But that's his
Damn,
jet
That's
also.
tight.
That doesn't do it for me though.
Cars don't do it for me either.
I don't like. I like a like. We were just walking by. There was a luxury car, like a high end, like it was Bentleys, Rolls Royce, Lamborghinis, Porsches, and I'm like, the speed doesn't do it for me. Like I would like a Bentley. That's like the luxury, the comfort, the chilling, the cruising.
Yeah.
But the speed, it's just lost on me.
Yeah, no, I mean, I have now friends that have started getting into the car game, and it's just the way they talk about it. It's cool that they're into it, but I go, if I was that rich, what would my cars be? Because I can't drive,
Yeah.
So I was wondered, I'm like, I don't know. I'm like,
You strike me as an A-team van kind of guy.
yeah, right. Dude, I would buy like that kind of shit. I'd buy like the
100%.
DeLorean from
Oh,
Back to the
dude,
Future.
I'd love to roll around at night.
Then I'd have to hire a guy to drive me around in it, The Knight Rider car. Oh, the Knight Rider car. That's a good one.
Drive itself, you're good.
Yeah, I'd be like, hello, Joshua. Welcome.
Wait, why are you the computer voice?
It's Mr. Feeney. Does it
Mr.
say?
Matthews.
Oh, 400 million Instagram.
God
followers.
damn.
God, what are his mentions like? Jeez Louise.
He must be
Kobe,
really good with reels.
Well, I wonder what hashtags he's using.
Yeah, I know.
yeah, I wonder what's he doing to get up in that algorithm. Kobe Bryant shows up on the list with Cristal Champagne. At the time, Bryant and his wife Vanessa were in Las Vegas for a grand opening of the Blush Boutique nightclub in the Wynn Hotel. Also at the event was poker pro Antonio something or other, who ordered 2 bottles of Cristal at a whopping $1,400 apiece. Bryant, never one to be outdone, immediately ordered 5 bottles. So he just saw this guy.
You know what I think about with that kind of shit when you see that? Are those people ever really spending their own money? Like their actual own money? I like that guy. The guy who pulls out his fucking debit card and fucking lays it on the line.
Yeah, no, they are.
But is that coming out of like his business account that he writes off or fucking some PR account that he has?
I don't
Still
know.
his money.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like when you have an S Corp or whatever, you put
Yeah.
that card down and you're like, well, it's still me,
Yeah.
technically,
True,
at the end of the day.
you're right.
But I'll tell you this. I was just in Vegas. I told this story on my Patreon, but I don't mind telling it here with you now.
Teaser.
I went to Vegas, and a few people wanted to go to a strip club, and we had the whole, like, one
Were
of
you
the...
those few people?
Oh, no, I was one of the few people, yeah. And so,
A few colleagues I was with.
Oh, you were telling me this the other
the
night.
tour manager...
This is next level dirt.
He goes, I know people at the Crazy Horse. We can get in through the back door. We'll have it all set up. And I'm like, sick, let's
Why does
go.
everybody want to go through the back door? I love it.
I don't know. It is something, though.
Yeah, you feel fucking way cooler, not out front with the rest of the schlubs.
And then
you
they
know
put
what I mean?
they put us in like a private area, and so
Walking through the salad station.
well, we weren't down by the ne'er-do-wells throwing their single dollars out there. But so I mean,
That's a 5, honey.
I sit down and a woman comes over, sits on my lap. We have a couple of drinks. She goes, "Do you want to go to the champagne room?" And I go, "Yeah, I do want to go to the champagne room." Now,
Gets in there. You got Miller Lite in here?
well, I was drinking Miller Lights. So
I'll
funny.
drink Coors if you have it.
But the wild part was we go to the champagne room. I had no idea I thought the champagne room was just the name of the room. I didn't know you had to buy a bottle of champagne.
Yeah.
So I sit down. They go, "Which champagne will you like?" And I go, "Oh,
Are the mountains blue on that Cristal over there?
I picked the middle of the road one. $600 for the champagne. Now I already probably put up $200 too. So they've scanned my card now twice, right? Fine. Then they go, "Oh, by the way, you have to pay $1,000 for the girl for an hour." And I go, "Oh," so I give back my card again. My bank somewhere in the world was like, "What's going on here?" and shut it down. They were like, fraudulent activity, blah, blah, blah. Wouldn't let me use my card. So I'm sitting there telling that they're all, by the way,
hard, by the way.
Yeah. What something you could swing from.
talk about like ruining
Sitting
it.
with a stinger on fucking customer service line.
Yeah, I was on the phone in the champagne room, ruining the vibe completely. And by the way, the people in the strip club are so nice. They're like, "This happens all the time. Don't worry about it." And like trying to move it along. I go, "No, I have the money. I want to do this." And so I asked.
Already took the Viagra.
I don't think the guy in the Bills jersey has enough to cover it.
But I asked the stripper. I go, "Do you got Venmo?"
You got $2,000 I can borrow?
I'm good for it, I swear.
No, I sent her. I showed her my bank account.
Yeah.
I go, it's the bank won't let me do it. Do you have Venmo? So I
didn't know you
Venmo'd her.
showed her the bank account.
Potter,
That's
just
trashy.
walk away
Yeah,
from
yeah.
the table, man.
Nope.
You're still trying to get the lap dance out of her.
And I got it. It was more than a lap dance, too, I'll tell you what.
I think it was a hand-and-mouth dance.
Yeah. There's not a lot of dancing going on. Let's put it that way.
He paid her with Venmo, dude.
I
That's
Venmo'd
insane.
her. And she goes, I have to show the club the Venmo. I go, all right, show them whatever you want. They showed him.
Get over here and suck this dick.
And then come back. Yeah. We're ticking here. Time's a ticking.
Hey, listen.
Get over here. I want to do an instant transfer.
Daddy has to get to McCarran in the morning. Mike Tyson shows up on the list.
He's like a newsman.
I am like a
flex
newsman.
at the end. Daddy's got to be at McCarran in the morning.
Yeah.
For your bag throwing shift. You dirtball.
He's got the vest on. He's doing this.
Planes are parking everywhere, all fucked up. Potter's out there running the show. Shuts down the Pacific Northwest airspace. Oh God!
Would you ever buy animals?
Funny. Huh?
Would you ever buy animals?
Like tigers
What?
and
So
stuff?
that's what this Mike Tyson has, those white tigers.
Would you?
I don't know what the fuck.
No,
you
that's not for me.
yeah, I'm not taking care of him, man.
Well, you don't have to.
And
You
I would
hire
feel
a guy.
terrible. Yeah, but that
The
never
upkeep
works
on
out.
that.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I don't want my front yard smelling like giraffe shit. You know? Trying to have a cookout.
I feel like if I went down the animals
a
path-
monkey would be all right.
I don't want a fucking monkey. They're eating grubs off your body and shit. You ever hear the horror stories of David Schwimmer having to deal with that monkey?
Yeah,
Man, you really hit that SW, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Schwimmer.
Schwimmer?
What are you, Family Guy? What's going on?
David Schwimmer?
Schwimmer, everybody.
Oh, we love Schwimmer on this program, don't we? He's gonna come on. We're gonna have Schwimmer. He's one
Love
of the
Schwimmer.
top of the list
best
get
for
to
guests.
swim.
Been a fan of his since the Wonder Years.
Yeah, but I wouldn't go.
Deep cut.
I would be like fucking. If I went down the animal path, it would end up being more county fair than it would be,
Couple of
opulent
goats.
zoo. You know what I mean? Like
That's the world's fattest pig right there. Billy, get over here and say hello to the nice people.
It's really just the fattest one in the county, but I say the world.
We keep making it fatter. You gotta pay a nickel to come see it. I'll have a woman with a mustache back there too.
There's one of those things, the food dispensers where you put a nickel in and it
Yeah.
gives you the pellets.
That's what I'm saying. I gotta go a petting zoo more than I gotta fucking.
You're out there like a bozo. God damn it, who's got a quarter?
Guess how much these fucking tigers cost?
They're probably fucking $100
I bet you
grand.
can get one cheap.
Well, 3 of them cost $140,000.
That's black market, right? There's no
You would
legitimate.
assume.
No, they
Yeah.
were white tigers.
Oh, white. Yeah, I was like, wait a second. Yeah, you're right. No, black. You got to go black market.
Yeah, you
with
can't
those.
do that on the up and up. You always go black market with
Or
those.
do you have to pay so much when it's like? Is it so on the up and up that that's why it costs so much? Like the Tiger King guy wasn't paying 140
No, they were
grand
getting
for
them
tigers.
for pennies.
Yeah, can you legally buy like those kind of animals in the United States and have them at your house?
That's what all tigers.
There's cows in my neighborhood at where my parents live. This guy just has like 2 or 3 cows.
For milking or steak
I don't know what the
purposes,
fuck
or
he's doing with them.
A lot of people do it as a tax, some weird tax.
Oh yeah, that's
exemption.
true.
Like they'll get
especially in Pennsylvania.
they'll get like 3 chickens. Could you ever like filling out your taxes? It's like, do you have any livestock? Are you considered a farm? There's a very small barrier to be considered a farm.
how many guys put their wives in? They're like, I'm married and I.
Fucking Shelly.
Hey, honey, this part's for you.
A lot of people do that to like try to bypass. You get like some crazy tax break.
Oh, I did not know that.
That's funny.
I'll have to get some chickens in the coop back there. People just do that, by the way, too. They're like, I'm saving money on eggs. It's like, how much money do you spend on eggs?
Yeah, they're like 99 cents. For
Yeah,
a
I mean the
dozen.
eggs are way better, but yeah, if you're doing it to
Of
save
course.
money, it's
Yeah,
like,
to save
relax.
money. That's like, you know, it's crazy. That's like these people who don't buy diapers. They're like, I use the reusable
cloth.
ones. And I get it. Diapers are expensive, but it's like, how much shit do you want to clean?
Yeah.
You know, it's worth the price of admission to
How
buy
many
the
of your
diaper.
friends are shitting in their pants? What's going
Well,
on?
diapers for
No.
their children, obviously. Not themselves. Have you ever worn an
What kind of
adult
squad
diaper?
are you rolling with, Potter?
Have you ever had to wear one, or like, was there a party you ever? You know, like there's some people that like they go to the parties wearing them, or like the raves or whatever.
I feel like I've tried on a Depends within the last 365 days, but I can't really pinpoint
Why?
where I had it or why. Definitely wasn't a medical situation.
Interesting.
Could have been a champagne room thing. I don't know.
Well, that's what I know. Friends who have gone to raves who just put on the fucking. You're like,
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that.
not
The
my
fat
cup of
guy
tea.
in that's no good.
Yeah, well, I mean, I feel like it'd be more easy to hide.
Yeah.
Believe it or not,
Everything would be your.
hiding in plain sight. If
Yeah,
you
the
will.
rolls would cover it. It would just look like a pair of tighty whities on
Yeah,
you.
they
Then why am I wearing it if I'm not showing off? What are we doing here?
Gonna show off the merchandise.
Yeah, no shit.
Ocho Cinco bought a semi truck.
I remember T-Pain did that too. T-Pain bought like a Mack truck.
A Mack truck. That's like a like a Brinks one.
No, it was like a semi, but it was like all fucking custom done.
Old school.
Yeah, something similar to that. Yeah,
This is the one Chad Johnson bought, eh?
that's pretty fucking cool.
That doesn't even look like. Oh, I guess because you put the rig on
Yeah,
the
you
back.
would like-
I would want the trailer. You know what I mean?
I agree with that.
bitch to park. But
My
sure.
favorite ones, and I always think of Los Angeles for some reason, is the ones in the 80s, like Optimus Prime. Not the ones that have the
Yes.
front that goes out, but the flat front
The
joints.
flat front,
They're
yeah.
tight.
Well, that's what I would have thought it would have been. I guess. Do you see those anymore? Do they even make those anymore? I
don't know
like
if they
those.
make that kind of model.
That'd be
flat
crazy. The flat.
The flat face.
It's very
yeah.
European. In Europe they have that.
It's
shit.
also very nightmarish. Like I could just, you picture one of those hitting you. The flat ones. Oh
Yeah,
my
there's
god!
no
Just
chance. Yeah,
on the hood of that
a
thing.
bus.
Oh my lord!
The other one, you'd be fine, though.
Yeah, that one. You could scoop you up. Maybe you
Yeah.
go through the window or
Yeah.
something.
It would have
You're
been.
sitting there with a beef jerky in your hand. Where are you heading to, fella?
Next up, we have a man who is slapped. What did he slap a coach or whatever? Latrell Sprewell. You remember him?
Yeah,
Of
the
course.
rims are named after him. The sprees, the spinning rims, where he invented the spinning rims.
He choked out his
They were called
coach,
sprees.
Portland Trailblazers, I believe it was.
That's right.
I could be
But
wrong.
I did not know he invented.
No, it wasn't Portland.
It was New York Knicks. Yeah.
No, it wasn't the Knicks when it happened. It happened out west somewhere when he did that.
Oh, it says Timberwolves countered. Oh no, that's I don't know. Whatever. But he enjoyed a full year of living the life on what remained his NBA earnings because he bought a yacht, but it was then eventually grounded and repossessed by federal marshals after he was
that's
unable
not
to make
How
payments.
do you get a boat grounded?
I don't know. Does it have a picture of Latrell Sprewell's yacht? Because this was $1.5 million, an Italian yacht. This reminds me of these. That's what
Not too much.
$1.5 million
Kippy's
gets
in the
ya?
boat world. That ain't that much, right, Kip?
No, they can get up there. But what's it called? Milwaukee's Bust?
Milwaukee's best.
Best. That's pretty cool. I like the beer reference.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
Kippy might know a couple people with better ones than that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. A $1.5 million yacht seems in your brain. You go, that seems high, and then you look at it and you're
Yeah,
like, that's
it's not.
right.
Yeah, you've seen that a lot. That's
Yeah.
that's those nice boats are very expensive.
So how much are one of those like oligarch yachts that are
Oh, they're
getting?
hundreds.
You mean the
of
one with the
millions.
missile system on it?
Yeah, they're
There's like a helicopter landing on it. And
They
shit?
have like other boats on that boat.
Yeah, that's
You know what I mean?
crazy.
Yeah.
Which
those-
I love. That's very Star Wars.
Did you ever
I
watch
love
like
that.
Below
Yes.
Deck and stuff like
Oh,
No.
that? It's like-
fantastic show.
Yeah, it's like
I wish
uh,
they did less drama with the kids and focus more on the sea time.
I know.
Sweet.
It's like a reality TV show about people who work on the staff of these like yachts where you would go and be like, all right, it's $40,000 for the week in the Mediterranean.
Right, because they're chartering it.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, exactly. And those, dude, those boats are like, $100 million or whatever. They're
That's what's crazy. Like, I would, if I'm going to buy a yacht and I spend a $1.5 million, I wouldn't even call that a yacht. You know what I mean? That's just like a boat with a
Those
second.
are called ocean yachts, I think.
You get a
Okay.
fleet of pontoon boats for that.
Yeah, I'm not even.
I'm a pontoon boat man through and through.
What do you own a boat?
No, I don't know.
I feel like they're
My
money
stepdad's
pits.
into boats. Oh yeah, the thing is boat stands for bust out another 1,000. That's what they say.
I love the fact that Potter thought you owned a boat.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
No, my family we grew up going down the
He has
shore.
a whale sitting next to him.
Yeah, the Jersey Shore, which is, they call the Irish Riviera because it's just a bunch of fucking roofers who can scrape enough money together. But we're a big pontoon boat family, big like in the bay and shit like that, all growing up. So,
My
yeah.
grandpa had just like a piece of metal that was like had an outboard engine on it.
Uh-huh.
That was
Yeah.
it. But Michael Vick, he's bought, he bought a lot of crazy shit, some dogs that fought each other and everything like that. But that wasn't the only animals that he purchased. He bought a swanky fish pond. for $85,000.
I think I could get into
I
a
like
koi
that.
pond. I think if I had enough money in like an estate or something, not an
An
estate, but, like,
aquarium in the house, too. Separate in a room, maybe in the kitchen.
a backyard
Huh.
or something, I think I could get into that.
You like the aquarium situation?
Fuck yeah, especially salt water, couple of sharks in there while you're having your eggies.
I feel like you got to be a bad guy to have that.
Well, that's
you know
what
mean?
the way
Like
you're
a
describing
villain.
is like a villain one where
Yeah.
you have like a wall
No,
aquarium.
not big sharks. I'm talking about little ones.
No, I know, but still, that's very like where they're like, we got to get the whatever. you know?
All right, piranhas then. Whatever.
That's still
Lighten
crazy.
it up a little
Still,
bit.
yeah.
All right,
Couple
electric
of
eels.
goldfish, yeah.
Well, let's see. He
Hammerheads.
had a custom fish pond and additional. He spent another on top of the $85,000. He spent another $48,000 on the landscaping around the pond. This was just weeks before he went to jail that he did all of this. By the way, is there a picture
Hey,
of
somebody
this?
feed my fish.
It doesn't say what sort of fish it has in here.
Probably koi. I don't know if I ever told you this. Growing up, we were in college and real hard up for cash. And my buddy's dad was pretty wealthy, and he wanted to build a koi pond. And he's like, he had a pond. He's like, I want to get those koi, but those things are very expensive, especially the full-grown ones. They're like maybe $1,000 or $2,000
A piece?
Yeah, they're wildly expensive
For a massive
Or they're
goldfish,
they're-
essentially.
They're
Yeah.
hundreds. They're hundreds of dollars or whatever.
So hard to get him to that point.
How long do they
Exactly.
last?
I think like I think they're like turtle-esque or not 100, but like they're like older. Like koi is a very specific breed of fish or whatever. And he was like, we knew this guy that had them, and he was gonna pay us like $200 a fish if we could go steal these fish out of this guy's koi
Oh
pond.
that's
my
a fucking
God.
market
Dude, we
to
were
get
like
into.
fucking sitting there. I was running the fucking plot in my head. I'm like, dude, we can go in the middle of the night. Just take like a couple igloo coolers, fucking just scoop them fucking real quick.
Bring
get
some
back here,
breadcrumbs.
yeah, make a couple of bucks.
Does
You're
anyone
a
have any
koi
corn?
poacher.
Yeah,
That's
we were really
wild.
drunk when it was proposed to us, and I was seriously considering.
You were
it.
that broke. You're like, oh, we can do this koi. We can make this a thing. We
Yeah,
can make this a
just
business.
Go, yeah, be a koi poacher.
That's when I assembled the best crack squad in the business for one last job.
Ocean's 11. Kirsten, did you have something
Koi
about
Pond 11.
kois?
I was just gonna say, yeah, they can live quite a while. We raised some in my mom's backyard.
I was
they
gonna
can-
steal hers.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well,
they
that's
last for a long time.
I feel like I would kill it immediately. I don't know. I would be like, it would just die. I'd be like, I spent fucking so much money on this fucking koi.
We're gonna breeze over that. She just said they were raising fish when she was a
Yeah.
kid.
Yeah, what part of the world was that again?
It's in Iowa. My
Iowa,
stepdad
that's right,
actually
yeah.
builds ponds for like koi fish and stuff. And they're really socialized. You can like pet them and they swim up to you.
What?
That's pretty cool.
That is wild. They're like dolphins and shit. They're like coming up to you and talking to you and shit.
Talking to him? What are you talking to dolphins?
I don't know that.
Hey, Josh, how you doing?
What's that flipper? someone's stranded at sea. I don't know how that show went.
Someone's trying to steal you? Someone's stranded.
Dude, you're very doom and gloom. You asked me, what if you had to be airlifted somewhere? What the fuck? Who asked that?
You go for a hike out here in Runyon Canyon. They gotta come get you. They're like, we can't get a vehicle up here. Call in the National Guard.
Get this fat piece of shit out of here.
A lot of jewelry on here, obviously. Allen
Sure.
Iverson,
like that.
Andre Rison. He went broke. Obviously, he was in the documentary Broke.
Yeah.
So he blew
Lisa
a lot
Left Eye
of it.
Lopez burn his house down.
That's right. Put all his sneakers in the tub
in the
and lit
bathtub
him on
and lit
fire.
him on fire.
Wild.
That's how it started.
What a crazy, crazy lady. Now, Chris Johnson.
Or he was just laying the heat that hard. Driving them nuts.
Yeah, well, I mean, that she was getting cheated on, and she found out.
Yeah. She was great, by the way. I love her.
Yeah, she was the best. I don't know. That whole story is insane.
How did she
Whole
die?
man-
Plane crash?
Yeah.
No, that was Aaliyah.
That was Aaliyah. How did
I think
Lisa
she died
Left
in a
Eye-
plane crash, too.
Huh, can we get a fact? Maybe it was a car accident.
Pretty
Lisa
sure it was a
Left
small
Eye.
plane
A
crash
small plane crash.
It was
huh?
definitely Aaliyah, but I think it might have been
Somewhere.
the same.
in the Caribbean.
I think you might be thinking Aaliyah. That's very Aaliyah.
Well,
Unless
only
they're
6
both.
months ago. What are
Why
you
would you
talking
take a
about?
small plane in the Caribbean if both these people died that way? That's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's like our new millennium Buddy Holly. You know, Aaliyah dying in a plane crash. CJ2K. He bought a bunch of golden teeth. I like that.
Nah,
I might
can't
just
do
go
it.
straight gold.
How do you eat with that shit?
Nah, you
You take them out?
you get new ones. There he is, right there.
They don't even look good. They look like baked beans.
It
They
doesn't.
still have gaps in them.
This was of a year too when this was the thing, though. Do you know what I mean? I don't even think rappers do
That
this shit
looks
anymore.
bad.
Yeah.
Now you just buy regular
I'm sure that's
teeth.
got to be photoshopped a little bit, right? Or is that glare? I could swear I see green on that.
Well, he's playing in the game. He's got grass in him and shit like that. You know what I mean? He's
Got grass in him.
I don't think you've ever seen football.
he's drinking Gatorade and shit. There he is again.
That
looks
pretty
bad,
nice.
dude.
It doesn't look good. You're
That
right.
does not look good. If you're
better
going to do
than
the
before.
gold, do the gold front so it covers the gums.
14 grand per tooth.
Jesus.
Damn.
14 grand per tooth. Unbelievable. Or 1,400 per tooth. I don't know if that changes it. I'm sorry.
Still, that's crazy.
Scottie Pippen with his Gulfstream jet. Now that's what I'm talking about.
There we go.
That's an
I
investment.
can understand that. The comfort, the ease, but those things are fucking crazy.
By the way, that is the opposite of a boat to me. A boat, you're putting money in it. You're sinking all this money into it. A jet, I feel like you can make money off of it.
Of course.
Yeah.
You're letting other people use it.
That's
but
what
he
they
bought
say
a,
about boats. It's the only thing it's one of the things you buy where it can't serve you at all.
Also,
it's pure leisure.
Let's see this jet, because then that's the other thing. When you go, how much does a jet like this cost? And then they tell you, go, oh, that's it, huh? Not that it's not expensive, but it looks bigger than what it costs. Whereas a boat, like we just saw a $1.5 million boat.
Yeah.
This is a $4 million jet. That's like a fucking, that looks like an airliner. You know?
That's only $4 million for that
Yeah.
thing?
I'm going to be honest. I'm not sure if this is his actual jet. This is the only one that comes up, but I think the one he bought, it needed like millions of dollars in repairs, so it never actually flew.
He never actually flew it. That's what it says at the end. He was later awarded $2 million for his troubles, so it all kind of worked out. But it was a Gulfstream. Is that what you just Googled for the jet? Was the Gulfstream?
There's a lot of levels of Gulfstream.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. I guess it would have to say how many people it's seated and such like that. But yeah, you spend $1 million on the repairs. It, in fact, could not fly.
You have no idea how much you can buy a small plane for.
That's what I'm saying.
They're like, I'm even saying like just like the propeller planes or you can get those for, that's like the price of a Toyota.
That's right.
You can own a fucking 6-person plane.
I forget which. There was an athlete who bought. It was one of these planes you can land in the water.
Oh, those are so fucking cool.
Yes, and so he bought this one that looks like a rocket ship that lands in the water, and he was getting wasted and flying it around.
Yeah.
And he died. I think it was like Ricky Henderson or some shit. But
Ricky
those
Henderson's
things
still alive.
Okay, yeah, sure, okay.
Yeah, sure, whatever you say.
Different person. But anyhow, it was this guy 17 grand for that jet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're like you can get a used one from like, the early 2000s for fucking 12 grand.
I've been up Tom's ass. I'm like, buy this fucking jet. It's fun. He's like, I don't want to fly. I'm like, I get you.
Yeah, you've been in a couple of PJs, right?
I have. But that's why every
Some
time
of them can be very tiny and claustrophobic.
No, very much
I would
so.
imagine.
Maybe not so much for me, but yes, I get what you're saying. They are very small, but they are. But I don't know. I like them because I think it's claustrophobic being on the actual plane.
Okay.
With the people, like, ooh. This one you can at least
you have
like,
a little more space for yourself.
Yes.
Rather than just
not
that's
around
really
the
all I
common
care
folk.
about.
I understand.
I love that. Yeah, no, get me away from those fucking people. Don't you hate the airports? I hate them.
Don't look Miss Potter in the eye.
Don't look me in the eye, you scallywag, and you don't even know how to take your belt off at TSA. Get
and you
out of
better
here.
have Miller Lite.
Are you pre-check?
No.
What?
Well,
Crazy.
I'll tell you why. I was, and I was also
Federal
clear.
government stepped in.
During COVID, my thing lapsed, and I just haven't renewed it. I'm trying to see which one to wrap up here on, because these ones are a little. There's just a lot of jewelry in here, which I don't know. I'm never going to get on the jewelry path.
I don't know. I did buy. I bought a chain recently.
I like a nice
Mostly
chain.
for the fun. It's like big, thick. Mostly just for. I was just bored one day and I just fucking bought. I'm like, oh, this will be silly. But it's like, it's not silly enough. It looks like I'm trying to wear it a little bit. So like, it doesn't look not ironic, but like, it seems like I'm trying too hard.
Has anyone come into Tutty's that has brought with them insane jewelry to show off?
Schultz, Andrew Schultz had a very expensive watch on. Bert just had.
Bert just bought that watch.
I don't know what one he had. I think he had one, not the one. He had another one.
But he just bought two that I know that are crazy.
Yeah, he bought a couple crazy ones. He said
In Vegas.
In Vegas, I'm trying to think. I think that was it though.
I always
Trevor
wondered
Wallace,
that.
I think, had a rollie on him.
Ooh,
Classy though.
Yeah,
classy rollie.
I always wondered that about Vegas. Like when you walk by, like the crystals shop and stuff like that, you're like, are people really going in there and buying stuff?
Well, that's all that big trope too of like, who's buying luggage at the airport. It makes so much sense to me because you have your luggage on you and you're going, my shit sucks.
Right, I'm going to put it...
You're not thinking about your luggage at home.
That's true.
You're thinking about your luggage at the airport, looking around, and you got a hole, your one wheel's all fucked up. You're going, all right, give me the fucking luggage.
I never thought about that.
Toomey bag.
I never thought about that, actually. That's
it makes so much sense.
That makes so much sense.
Because I'm currently using a very busted fucking piece of luggage, and I'm like, I just need to replace this.
And then you go, there's one right there. Look at that. And you just throw all your shit in it.
You got time. Your flight's not leaving for an hour and a half. You're like, yeah, fucking give it to me.
The sunglasses and the watches, too. It's like, let's fucking get a couple of drinks in us and do something stupid.
This one is interesting. Vince Young.
Okay.
He chartered a public flight. So that's different than chartering a regular flight.
That.
So there's at least one instance of ridiculous, reckless spending from 2007 that should have been thrown away here. He had to travel from Houston to Nashville and decided he wanted to do so alone. So he bought up 120 of 130 tickets on a Southwest flight, all in the name of peace and quiet.
What? That doesn't make any sense.
Why wouldn't you just get a private jet?
I mean, but how much is a ticket? A couple $100? Yeah, I guess say a ticket's what? Even conservatively $250.
This article says at the bare minimum he paid $25,000.
Yeah, which I'm sure you could.
Which you could get a $15,000 probably could have got you from Houston to Nashville.
That's probably something.
That's what? That's probably like a 2.5, 3 hour flight.
Yeah,
right?
that's nothing.
That's probably something he dreamed about as a kid, not even thinking about private jets and that.
But then
one day I'm going to buy this whole plane.
There's also
out.
10 other people on it, which is just fucking makes it so weird. He only bought 120 out of 130.
Put him in the well. He's like, I've got at least rows 2 through 30 pretty much to myself. The poor woman on the thing is coming down the thing with the peanuts. You know, that's wild.
That's weird to me.
That's a weird one, right? That's just like a strange.
That's
flex.
like a mental thing. He had some sort of connection
what it
to
is.
do
It's
it.
garbage.
Yeah.
That's garbage.
That's garbage.
Also, just buy a fucking.
I like it. I like the movie.
Get a helicopter, something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would just spend.
There's a better way to do that than that.
Right. Someone needed to step in there and be like,
someone would be like, hey, Vince, I don't think this is the way to go.
I wanted to bring up a couple other things here before we go because
sure,
we have 2 articles here that involve meat. I know you're connoisseurs of
meats.
Is it trash to order a steak a certain way?
Of course,
of course.
And I know you order it that way. You have to.
No. I'm a medium rare guy.
You
I'm
are
medium rare guy.
Man, I am fucking stunned. I apologize.
No. I do not eat well done steak. In fact, I took a
You got
girl-
well done and ketchup written all over you.
No. I get that. Trust me. But I
got well done vibes over here.
I recently went to and I like a Ruth's Chris. All right, that's probably as trashy as
we love the
Ruth's
corporate
Chris.
vibe.
Exactly. So I took a girl to a Ruth's Chris recently, and this girl I like a certain element of trash, but this girl was like, she was so trash that she couldn't see through the trees. Do you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like she couldn't see the.
She couldn't see she was trash and be like, let me try to acclimate to the surroundings.
Didn't even try.
And I want it done well. I'm gonna go even medium well or didn't try to get to the environment.
Well, she opened the menu and was like, "This is expensive."
What does MP mean?
Oh, that's great. What does that mean? Did she order a pina colada with a shooter in it?
Yeah.
Dude.
You guys got picklebacks?
Yeah, it was that kind of level of she thought the Ruth's Chris was like we were at Baltair or some shit. You know what I'm saying? It was fucking wild. So I'm like, all right, it's get whatever you want. It's fine. And then she got a steak that was well done, and I was like, I can't even look at this lady.
You didn't ask her? That's the thing. How do you get your steak done?
I didn't ask her beforehand. She ordered it from the waiter, and I was embarrassed to be there. And it was only Ruth's Chris, And I was embarrassed. I'm like, I'm sorry.
But you're such trash too. Get whatever you want. It's okay.
No, I am. That's the thing. It's fun to go in there and be like, we're trash. Can you believe we're eating here? And we can get whatever we want and not even look at it.
My
or
wife
whatever.
does that now. She's like, I don't know, the shrimps. I'm like, fucking get it. Who cares?
Yeah. That's the thing. Look, this isn't going to last forever. Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah.
But it's also like, it's not like we're buying diamonds or something. I'm not buying every seat on a fucking plane. I'm going, get the
crab cakes.
If
we don't want it, we'll
cakes.
take it with
It's
us and throw it out.
$19.
They're not decorating the steak with gold leaves and shit like that either. It's a fucking corporate steakhouse.
Which I wouldn't fuck with that shit. I don't like that.
What's that?
I'm not eating metal.
Yeah, I'm not eating metal.
Yeah, what does that do to your insides?
Salt bake can kick
be
rocks too. I can tell you that. Right
But the reason I bring this up is because
yeah, fucking guy.
That guy needs a fucking wedgie.
Hey, loser, take the sunglasses off. It's 10:30 at night.
Give that guy a
Get away from my
swirly.
table.
I would fucking.
Don't you got a collared shirt back there?
I'm not pro bullying, but I would fucking I'd fucking flex on that dude and kiss his girl.
He definitely tuned me up. I can tell you that.
No.
He's got a tight little body on him. That guy.
No.
He's got a restaurant here. You should go stop by and kick him in the head.
I drive by it in New York and I just get fucking pissed. It's like Salt Bay. It's like $1,800 for a steak just because some loser sprinkled salt on it. Get the fuck out of my face.
I'll be over at Gallagher's like a gentleman.
Like a fucking gentleman.
Fucking crab cocktail and a fucking Heine in front of me.
No glass.
Waiting on the guy to show up for dessert.
The reason I brought it up, though, Joel Embiid of the Philadelphia 76ers.
All right, take it easy now.
He, according
Sensitive
to
time of the year for us.
According to Tobias Harris, another forward on the 76ers, he likes his steak burnt.
Oh, yeah.
Super disrespectful. We were at a very well-known steakhouse. He asked for the steak to be burnt, like super burnt. And the chef came out and was like, I'm not burning the steak. That's against my code.
For
and,
JoJo, come on!
Joel was disappointed, and he was like, I don't want to eat here anymore. And they
Get
left.
the chicken. What do we get the fish?
I see his side. I listen, I'm a foodie more so than anybody else. I get it. But, dude, come on.
What?
It's Joel Embiid,
Make the
right?
kid what he wants.
Here's the thing that I go back and forth in my head. There's like an Overton window for this. If I went in there and I offended the chef,
that I understand.
Against the code. But Joel Embiid is
like
so
Jeff.
high up on the list of like celebrity or whatever, where him ordering a super burnt steak is almost like a flex. Do you catch what I'm saying?
I get it, and like I kind of understand too. I'm trying to understand more the chef's perspective a little bit of like it sounds so crazy to come out and be like I can't, but I get it because it's like we're comedians. If somebody was like, hey, you got to go on stage and do the fucking raffle after your fucking set, I'd be like, no fuck, I'm not doing the show.
Or it'd be more like go up and do puns.
Yeah, it's like you don't get to tell them, but you go do 5 minutes of knock-knock jokes. I'm like, I'm not doing that.
But also, if I'm the chef, I'm going, well, I'll just burn this steak as best as I can. That's part of my art form, I feel like. I don't know.
And have a little compassion. He's a kid from a tough part of town. He doesn't know any better. He just started getting a little bit of cash. That's what he likes.
Yeah, he likes burnt steak. He grew up getting them. That's how mom made it.
There you go.
That kind of thing.
There you go.
I don't know.
I don't know either. But
butterfly it with a side of Skittles. Whatever he wants.
There's a certain level of like celebrity that you can reach where you get to be like super trash.
I've heard stories. I think I saw one thing about, I read something in the Post one time. Madonna or somebody showed up at some like super cool club in New York, and she wanted McDonald's fries, but they serve food. Some fucking guy went out and fucking got her like a tray of McDonald's fries and served them.
And then did she get thrown out, or did they get
thrown out?
No, of course not. Good. That's what I was saying. Because then if somebody came up to her and was like, ma'am, we have food here and you're not allowed to bring outside food, it's like, I'm Madonna.
And he wasn't kicked out of that restaurant. He chose to leave. Is that what
right, exactly.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, fuck this guy.
Yeah, so that's...
I
Tobias Harris was very embarrassed by the story, though.
I also think for the people around, like if you're there with a group of people, I just don't have it in me to be like, that's it, we're leaving, I don't want to be here. I'd be like, okay, everybody came out here for a nice time.
I'll have the
dinner.
lobster.
Everybody's hungry. Just give me 2 appetizers. You guys get what you want. I'll sit here. Like, I also think it's a bit
Kevin,
of a bitch.
have you seen this young man play?
It's a bit of a bitch move. It's a bit of a bitch move to be like, I'm fucking leave, get up, let's get out of here.
I think it's just in this case specifically, it's just a new thing. He's new.
Dude, everybody knows. And I don't care where you're from. Everybody knows. This isn't the first fucking steak. He's been famous for how long? This isn't the first fucking steakhouse he's been to.
It's just like in winning time. Harris is Nixon, and he's fucking Magic. Doesn't know any better.
Right. But he's been in the league a minute.
That's what I'm saying. It's not like
I don't think this was recent, was it?
Oh no, you're right. You're right. I'm sorry. You're right.
When it first came up, probably.
That's true.
Whatever.
He knows what he's doing now.
I knew
probably
you'd be passionate
tartar
about
in the
this.
morning. Give the kid a chance.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, that's actually good. I like having the empathy for Joel Embiid in this story.
Yeah, he's playing hard. What do you guys want?
Like I said about this girl though, when I took her out, I said I go to the waiter.
Now back to this hua.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Fuck her.
Dirtbag.
I wanted to send her home. I didn't even want to like spend the night.
Make hers to go.
I think that
make hers to go and put her on a bus, on a Greyhound back out. No, I'm just kidding.
It's your Marlins hat.
Oh, but thank you, fellas, for coming.
Thank you, buddy.
I love you all very much. I'm so happy that you're in town. I hope you make more trips out this way.
For sure.
Please tell everybody, plug everything you want.
Yes, we are going to be on the road. We do our live show. Our live Are You Garbage show is me and me and the big man co-headline, and then we play AYG with the crowd for the last
good time. Nice
20
stand-up
minutes.
show.
It's a lot of fun. It gets fucking chaotic. We're going to be in Moon Tower, Austin, Texas, the 22nd and 23rd for a live pod and our live AYG show.
Oh, yeah.
We're also going to be in we're going to be in Denver, Phoenix, and Salt Lake City in the first week of May, and then we're going to Chicago. May 11th and 12th. Get those tickets. That's gonna sell
Rosemont
out.
and Old Town. Just added a second show.
Double dip.
They're in Old
Double
Town.
dipping, yeah. Yeah, guys, get some tickets. Check out our show. Thank you.
We love you.
And I love all of you as well. Thank you once again for coming here to the Roach Motel, and we will see you next Tuesday on the Josh Potter Show.